Hi there, it's James from EV3 Trade Signal Ideas, and today's presentation is going to be on the Andrews Pitchfork and the construction of one of my favorite analytical tools. The Andrews Pitchfork is a charting technique using three high and low price points that follow in chronological order. This helps in projecting potential future support and resistance lines. From these three price points, A, B, and C in this graph, one then draws three forward projecting parallel lines, thus the name pitchfork, with the middle one being the important median line. The theory holds that if this median line is broken through, then 80% of the time the corresponding outer support or resistance line will be tested. In the construction of the Andrews Pitchfork, here's step one. You identify a recent high or low, in this case for the US dollar index. We'll identify point A. Step two will then be to identify a second data point, which is a follow-up high or low. In this case, it would be a follow-up low. So as we said in point B, it is here. Step three is then to identify a third data point, which in this case would be a high. So as we see there, point C. So we've got point A, point B, and point C. Step four is then the process is to calculate the midpoint of line B to C. And as we see here, I've identified it with the arrow, that's a midpoint. And then finally, for the full construction, it is now step five is to draw the Andrews Pitchfork. And we do this by drawing a straight line from point A through the midpoint of line BC, and then parallel lines off of this median line from point B and from point C. So here we go. This is the Andrews Pitchfork drawn. So as we see here, the full Andrews Pitchfork with the three parallel lines. These dotted white lines are the 50% channel of each upper channel and lower channel. And I've identified the support trend lines and the resistance trend lines. Finally, the idea here is that with this identification of this top, what goes on is this downward sloping channel will be one that should offer good resistance and support going forward. If they're broken, then one would look to go with it. So as we see here in this case, I've circled perfectly reached and failed at the outer resistance. Again, thanks very much. If you have interest in this kind of information and analytical techniques, please feel free to join me at community.forexbox.com for your 7-day free trial.